We've got lots of news today coming out of the weekend. We may have some evidence for the autonomous Model 3 theory. We glimpsed Tesla's actual Model 3 reservation expectations before the reveal. Texas Tesla fans received some encouraging news. BMW may be inadvertently helping Tesla. And we round out with the Radio Flyer Model S unboxing and a look at Model 3 Tracker info again. Here are your supersized Tesla tidbits for May 23rd, 2016. Korea continues to be a hotbed of Tesla news. This time, the Korea Herald reports that Tesla has contracted Korean parts manufacturer Mondo Corp, my apologies if I butchered that pronunciation, to, quote, jointly develop key technologies for the automaker's future autonomous vehicles, end quote. Mondo already had been developing fail-safe technology for Tesla in the second half of last year, which will allow the car to continue self-driving in the event of an emergency without requiring the driver to take control. This seems like it may be a bit of bad translation to me, referring actually to active safety features. I could be wrong, though. Mondo's spokesperson, Park Tae-jun, denied the report, saying, quote, although we are in talks, it does not mean that we are working on the automaker's autonomous vehicles, end quote. He then cited an NDA with Tesla as well. A bit of stale news that seems to only recently have come to light. Inside EVs brings us a YouTube video from the Belron conference in Lisbon on May 19th. In it, John McNeil, president of Tesla's global sales, shows the Tesla mindset on expected reservations going into the reveal event. McNeil states that he was one of the highest executives in his prediction of reservations, which was 135,000, nearly 3 times smaller than current reservations. Late Friday, after I had finished my information gathering for the podcast, the Dallas Morning News published a story about newfound support from Republicans in Texas. For 3 years, Tesla has been waging the battle to be allowed to sell directly to Texas citizens without success. But last week, nearly 90% of the state's 8,000 delegates supported language in the party's platform that would allow Tesla to begin direct sales. Platform committee members rejected pleas by 2 prominent Republicans, U.S. Representative Roger Williams and former Republican National Committeeman Bill Crocker, to remove the language. Unsurprisingly, Williams is a car dealer, and Crocker is a lawyer who represents car dealers. During the convention, Tesla's spokesman, David White, said he and 2 others were working the company's booth, and they spoke to thousands of delegates, many of whom were surprised to learn of the barriers that impede open competition in car sales. White said, quote, if Texas is truly wide open for business, our elected officials should take the appropriate steps to end the frivolous regulations in 2017. End quote. These regulations allow the company only 3 galleries in the state, but would-be buyers cannot buy at the gallery. The gallery employees can discuss the car at length, but cannot discuss price, take an order, or even direct the customer to the company's website. In addition, you cannot test drive the car without an appointment, and that appointment must be between Thursday and Saturday, and only then if the company has obtained a test drive event permit. Purchase can then only occur online, which means the car will have to be registered in California and then re-registered again in Texas. If you want to have the car worked on at one of the 4 maintenance centers in Texas, the call must first go through the California offices before being routed back to Texas. Tesla says that Texas is one of only 5 states with such bureaucracy. Here's hoping that sanity finally prevails in Texas. BMW and Tesla may now be arguing the same argument for their electric vehicles. A lawsuit was filed recently in California by some owners of BMW's i3 REX, which is equipped with a range extender powered by gas. The issue at hand is that if the car's battery is running low and the powertrain is continuously stressed, such as being loaded down with weight or encountering a long uphill climb, the car can slow from highway speeds to as low as 45 miles per hour without warning. The lawsuit claims this can pose a danger to the occupants of the vehicle as a result. BMW has declined comment at this time. Meanwhile, the owner of the first i3 REX sold in the U.S. says the problem is with the dealers. Tom Maloney says that if the fact that the range extender is only a 34 horsepower 2-cylinder motorcycle engine with limited power was better explained to purchasers, drivers would be better informed about what might happen in the event of a power drain at highway speeds. While Tesla doesn't share the same drivetrain as the BMW, the argument is virtually identical to the Tesla mantra that its cars should only be sold at company-owned stores with staff properly trained to understand and explain the nuances of the vehicles. Recently, Tesla and Radio Flyer teamed up to release the Radio Flyer edition of the Model S. If you're a fan of unboxing as I am, check out the link in the show description for a great YouTube video of the unboxing of the car, as well as a couple of kids putting it through its paces. Finally, in a segment I'm trying to make a Friday regularity and forgot last week, let's take another look at Model 3 Tracker.info for the latest stats on Model 3 reservations. Currently, the site boasts 3,911 registrations. The U.S. continues to lead, but slips to under 60% of the reservations registered on the site. Rounding out the top 5 are Canada in second place, holding at 9.7%. Third place is Germany with a slight uptick to 6.1%. The UK is in fourth with 3.4%, and bringing up the end of the top 5 is Spain at 3.2%. The color battle is still tightly contested between multicoat red and deep blue, but deep blue is edged ahead with 16.6% of reservations compared to red's 15.8%. Supercharging has dropped to 85.8% of respondents that would accept the option if it were indeed an option. And then lastly, in the performance section, all-wheel drive has also given up some ground, down to 73.3%. 21% of registrants are going to take the performance model, and 12.6% are going for that sweet, sweet ludicrous version. Also, despite a report of roughly 8,000 canceled reservations from Tesla's prospectus report, only one site user has actually canceled their reservation thus far. So if you're a Model 3 reservation holder, I highly encourage you to get registered on the site to help out with the data set for everyone to use. Links to all the full stories from today's episode can be found in the description of the show. Do me a solid and hit those like and subscribe buttons on your favorite services. If you like what you hear every day, please consider supporting the podcast at patreon.com/TeslaTidbits. If you've got no spare change, no big deal. Show your support with positive reviews, likes, and subscriptions. Lastly, if you have interest in video games as well as Tesla, I'm looking to do some Let's Plays for Forza 6, putting the Model S P85D through its paces across all the tracks in the game. You'll be able to find those on the YouTube channel soon. That's it for today. Hope to see you back here again tomorrow. Until then, charge it up and hit the road.